Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the AWWY podcast. We've been gone for a little while, but we're back now and going to finish out season 2. Got a lot of really good guests lined up for you guys. And we took a little break. It was good. It was much needed. We came back. We got some new equipment. We got a home. We're no longer homeless anymore. Yeah. Sorry, I'll never use that button again. Got some new equipment. Just wanted to show it off real quick. And so we're here. We're in a studio. It's in the Littlewood Co-op. You can find out more about the Littlewood Co-op at littlewoodcoop.com. They got great classes for the community. They'll teach you how to paint. They have a Photoshop class, I think, that my buddy Steven put on. There was a Final Cut class that Broken Lens Media put on. Shout out to Linda. I think they got... Well, you know, one of the classes I took was juggling. I learned how to juggle, and that was fun. I was the first day here, my first day as a board member. I came in, I learned how to juggle. So they have classes for kids, adults, you name it. Check out their website. Thank you for housing us, taking us in as refugees. So anyway, we got a home now. So thank you to the Littlewood Co-op, Isaac, Leah, Stephanie. Appreciate you guys. Let's see. Still... want to thank Studio Y. Visit them, studioyyoga.com. Check out their classes. You can register on the Mind Body app. Mention us. You get 20% off. You'd have to mention them. There's no way to do it online, so you'd have to mention it by phone call. But mention this podcast, get 20% off. They got some great classes going on. I think they got one at the Pint House they do with beer. I'm not sure how they do it. But it seems like a fun class. Really, people seem to really like it. They got some acro yoga going on. So visit studioyyoga.com. Find out more about them. And also, North End Coffee House. Love them. Mention us. AWWY podcast. 10% off of your purchase. Let's see. What else? Got some business to talk about. If you like this podcast, you like what we do, you can leave us a rating, a review. It really, really helps us out. Subscribe, whether you're getting this on Spotify, YouTube, iTunes, Google Play Music, Stitcher, Podbean, whatever. Subscribe, leave us a review. It helps us out. Share with your friends and maybe retweet if it's out there, Instagram and Facebook, share it, do what you got to do. It really, really helps us out. We appreciate it. And during the break, I got a lot of great feedback and people were asking when we're going to come back. So it made me feel good to come back. And so thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys so much for all the great feedback during our break. It really made me feel good and excited to come back. And we're back. So in this episode, we interviewed Bronze Nazareth. Bronze Nazareth is a producer for the Wu Tang Clan. He's part of the Wu Elements, which is with DJ Mathematics, and he gets into it. It's the people that RZA taps to produce for songs. Great guy. He was coming in. He did a show that night, so we got a chance to be able to sit down one-on-one, ask him what's it like to be tapped by RZA, to be able to do some production, and he just... I think we get to it at the end of the episode, but check out the new mixtape or new album he did called Ghost Files, the Bronze Tape. It's Bronze Tape. It just came out, I think, before or after Christmas last year. Check it out. Really great album. But anyway, I'll get to it. Today we're here because we got somebody who's performing tonight over here at the Littlewood Co-op. Yes, we're coming to you from the brand new studio. It's in the works. There's some construction going on, but it's happening. So we partnered with the Littlewood Co-op, and we're going to be recording our podcasts from now on. And performing tonight is Bronze Nazareth. And so. Yeah. What's up, man? How you doing?
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing, man? I'm good, man. I'm good. Glad to be here.
Are you?
Enjoying the weather. You know what I mean?
So a little bit different from where you're from.
Very different. It's like I was telling Rico, it's ice storms at home right now. So
the whole polar vortex.
Yeah, I'm feeling good out here, man.
That's
they
cool,
mad
man.
at home, but I'm good out here.
Phoenix last night, right?
Yeah.
And then you said LA the night before?
And LA the night before, yeah.
Oh, that's sweet, man.
Yeah, very live.
So this is a little like a little tour that you're doing?
Yeah, just a quick run. I like to go on, quick runs. Like if I get a show somewhere, then try to find the surrounding areas, get a couple more popped off,
Oh, okay. So you got a family?
Yeah.
So like the quick runs are probably better for you with the
Yeah,
family?
they work better for me, man. I got a young one, 5 years old.
5 years old, that's a critical age.
Absolutely. Then 11, and my youngest girl, or my oldest girl, about to be 13, so...
Yeah,
I'm in there slap boxing with the teens and the babies.
So you got to be there for that, yeah.
Yeah, because being a rapper too, it's like my schedule is whatever. So I'm at home with the kids. Wifey usually working.
She got the 9 to 5.
Yeah. So it's fun for me. It's
that's cool. That's kind of me and Rigo.
Word.
Yeah. That's our situation.
Hey, give me a pound for that, baby.
that's how we do.
How we do it. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. So like my wife, got the 9 to 5. She got the insurance. I got good insurance. So
word
you
up,
know what I mean. So I get to do podcasts and stuff like that.
No insurance in rap. So
yeah, exactly, man.
We need 'em.
That's where I started in hip hop.
Okay.
I started in hip hop, and actually, shout out to Rudy for putting on this show, Rudy Rambo.
Yeah, word up. What up, Rudy?
But did this Dune C crew? I originally had started that crew, and then I handed it off to Rudy.
Okay.
And I after a while, and he's done a great job with what he's doing in these shows. But like you said, no insurance in hip hop, man.
Nah, man, we on our own, man.
Yeah, dude, and that kind of that revelation came to me pretty hard, and so I had to choose what I'm gonna do, And at one point in my life, I lost everything completely.
Word.
Yeah.
Word.
Oh, yeah. And that's kind of why I started this podcast because it's like I have a story to tell, and I want to see what other people have a story to tell.
Yeah.
So now I'm here with you, trying to see what you're trying to tell.
You know it.
So Detroit, that's where you're from, right?
I grew up in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Okay.
And I moved to Detroit. I've been in Detroit since 2002. So,
okay.
Yeah, kind of a hybrid of both, but I'm more on the Detroit side now. You know what
gotcha.
I mean? So,
but Grand Rapids, that's where you started making beats.
Yeah, that's where I started making beats. 94. You know what I mean?
94.
Grinding. First just taking samples off CDs, putting drums to them. It wasn't like I want to be a producer. It was just like, yo, I need something to rap over.
Mm-hmm.
So I just started throwing collections of sounds together. I was sampling before I knew what it was called. You know what I mean?
That's the way to do it. We used to do pause mixes. I used to with the tape and you know what I mean? And
Two stereos next to each other type of mess. Yeah, bro.
Just do what you got to do.
Yeah, that's what it was, man.
That's what it was. And so you were a rapper first then?
Yeah. I started doing the bars first, and then I was like, yo, I need something I'm on, because at first you start busting off instrumentals, other people's. Like they used to put the single out, they had a radio joint, the dirty joint, and the instrumental. And you'd be like, yo, let me grab this instrumental, put the stereos together, get a little mic, and so yeah, that's how I started rhyming and shit. And then it just it carried over to me having a passion to want to make my own music to rhyme on.
Okay, which I think that's beautiful. That there, you know what I mean? Because then you could structure your beat to your flow.
Right.
So I know you got a like a soulful style, with your beats. Is that what you originally started sampling, the soul music, or was it?
Yeah. It was a lot of soul and jazz. I grew up off soul like that. My pops was big in it, like Teddy Pendergrass and all the soul groups, Stevie Wonder, Diana Ross. You know? So I guess that kind of sparked my my attraction to that type of music, and making beats off of that is the best. You know what I mean?
I think so too, definitely. Yeah. So you're 94, 95, right?
Yeah.
You're in the lab. You're making your music.
Yeah.
Any thoughts of where you'd be at today? Like one day that RZA was going to tap you, hey, I need some beats.
I mean, that's the crazy part, because once I got into it and started being like, yo, this is what I want to do, my favorite group was Wu Tang.
From the jump.
From the jump. I just liked, their style. When Enter came out, it was just something different,
It's way different.
The West Coast was really, really prominent then.
Yeah, because you had Dre, you got Snoop, you had the West making a lot of noise at that point. I got to tell you something. I remember walking down the street the first time I heard Cream. Like I could remember where I was. There were some B-boys over to the right of me. They were getting down and they were playing their B-boy music, but then all of a sudden they took a little break and they put Cream on. I was like, what is this? What is this? I got to find out. So, so you were naturally attracted to that.
Yeah, I mean, I love the sound. The old soul clips hit me. So, like the first joint I heard was Tears.
Oh, that's my favorite.
After that thing caught me like that. I was saying, what is this? What is this new sound? So, one day I was in the record store. And I had like $10 left. And when you're young, you want that shit burning a hole in your pocket. So I was like, yo, I got $10 left. I could buy one album. And I found Enter the Wu Tang was $9.99.
That sounds like it was meant to be.
Yeah, so I copped it. It was just something so different. So after getting professionally into, doing these beats and the shit's coming out all right, it's like, yo, I love Wu Tang, and my goal, I said I wanted to do one song with one person from the Wu.
Oh, so hold on. What year is this?
This is probably 94, 95.
Nah, stop it.
Yeah.
That early.
Yeah, that early. That was my favorite squad.
That was your favorite
years,
right there.
And really after Forever came out, it was just like, yo,
this is gonna happen.
I got to.
I
gotta get to somebody. But this was like early high school, and I didn't have no connects or nothing like that. And then.
But you were honing your craft, though.
Yeah, I was in there sparking it, sharpening steel.
You were sharpening it because you knew, like, one day when I get this opportunity, you got to be ready for it.
Yeah.
Because opportunity comes, like, it's like, wait a minute, like, okay, I'm ready. Like, hey, RZA, let's check this out. Or from what I read, it's Silver Rings that discovered you. Is that true?
Yeah. Shout out my bro Rings.
Okay.
Yeah, I was. I really wasn't chasing the Wu. That was my favorite. I was just making hip hop.
You were just doing what you do.
And me and my brother Kevlar 7, R.I.P. We was just rapping over them shits. And so we ended up making a website way back then, and we was called The Unknown.
Okay.
And so that was me and Kev, and I put the album up one day. We was selling it in college. I had no thoughts. So I'm gonna meet the Wu. I just was like, yo, they dope. I would love to do a song with them. And then one day. This guy Silver Rings was in my Yahoo email box.
So you're saying this guy Silver, you didn't know who he was at this point?
Didn't know who he was. No.
Yeah. Okay.
So I did a little research, like who was this dude, or he liked my beats, and so I looked him up, and I was like, oh wow, he's a Wu Tang Killer B, the first European one. And so I started sending him more beats, and he was loving it, man, and he was gracious enough to be like, yo, I got to get you to RZA. So this is when he just.
Hold on, dude. What's it like to hear those words?
I mean, I was like, okay, bet, but I'm kind of a pessimistic person.
Okay.
So a lot of the times I'm on the tip like, yeah, we'll see, see. If it happens, I'll believe it.
Okay.
But,
okay. All right.
So I was just kind of like, oh shit, hell yeah. Well, I mean, do what you got to do then, and if that's what you want to do, I'm here. And so, but he did, man. He would he let me know. He'd be like, yo, if you can get to New York, RZA's in town all week. Go up there, and if you get to New York, I'll let him know you outside, whatever. So he set me up. I waited outside 36 Chambers like on 3 different occasions.
Oh, well, so wait, what happened the first 2?
Nothing.
So first 2
Nothing.
bust.
I'd go. I get a hotel in New York. Like a couple times, it was like just a weekend stay. I ride from Detroit on like a Thursday night. Get into New York like Friday at like 6 because it was like a 15-hour fucking Greyhound ride. So get out, get my hotel, and then I'll be on the phone with Rings trying, okay, where's RZA? Where can we meet? Did you set up a meeting? And I think 2 out of the 3 times just couldn't get in touch with RZA while I was there. The 3rd time, he told me go up to 36 Chambers. So I went up there, and didn't nothing happen. Nobody came around.
Oh, okay.
And so the 4th time I went, I was like, yo, I can't keep doing this. I'm skipping classes at school and shit. And
so school, high school?
Michigan State University.
Oh,
now.
okay.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah. This was like early, like 2001.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I'm going up there. I go the 4th time, and I'm up there, and I see 9th Prince from Kill Army outside. And he asked me what I'm doing or whatever, and I explained it to him or whatever. He's like, all right, come on up. I'm like, oh, word?
There we go.
Okay, I'm in the vault.
Yeah.
I go up there, and of course my bro Kevlar was with me, and we just sitting in like the little lobby room. 1 hour turned to 2, 2 to 3, 4 hours later, 5. You know, I'm just watching people coming in and out. I don't really know nobody or whatever. Then like 7, 8 p.m. RZA, Jizza, Master Killer walk in.
There they are.
They are. They in there, and I'm like, oh,
these people you've been listening to since '94.
Yeah,
there they are.
So I'm like, okay, what should I do? Like, we ready to go talk to them, but as you know, as they come in, they handling all this business, shuffling around, talking to this person. So I'm like, let me,
because they got to handle their business.
Yeah.
They
so
got to do,
like,
and you're being polite.
That guy, like, yo, take my demo now. like, so yeah, so you know, I'm like, I'm cool, man.
Yeah.
Mama taught me well, so I waited, and by this time, yo, it's like 4 a.m.
Shut up.
They still fucking around doing shit in the studio, reviewing tracks.
Man,
I'm in this bitch stressed, like, is he gonna come out and talk to us?
You cut class again, and here you are.
Yeah. So then they come out, and they was talking. They was like, "Yo, we about to go to the club," and I hear this, and I'm like, "No."
4 a.m.
No, you can't leave without me. So
yeah, I
just got up. I went over to RZA. I said, "Yo, RZA, can I get 5 minutes? You don't know me, but Knife Prince brought me up here. Silver Ring sent me here, and I just need 5 minutes." And so he was like, "All right, come on, I got you." We walked like into the back of a booth room, and I played this joint I had made called Blowgun.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I was kind of under the guidance of Silver Rings telling me, you know.
Show, it's like Silver Rings is like showing Blowgun?
I showed him Blowgun.
No, but I'm saying is under the guidance.
He said show him Blowgun. Show him your hottest your joint or whatever.
Like that one will catch his ear. Like he's kind of mentoring you a little bit, coaching.
Right. And so, you know, I showed RZA that. And, you know, I'm explaining to him I'm a rapper. And he was like, yo, I got enough rappers. I got too many rappers. He was like, but I want you to join the Wu Elements.
Shut up.
He said that beat right there, that shit is crazy.
One beat.
Yeah, he's like, I could tell what you're doing, because it was a beat I sampled from this cat Sil Johnson, and it's just like I was playing with the channels, and I cut one of the channels out, and you could just hear the strings part, no piano, no drums. So, you know, I was playing with it, and he could tell it. You know, I did some technical beauty to it. You know what I mean?
That's what I was telling you about earlier, right?
Yeah.
I was telling this dude earlier. That's exactly what people listen for.
Oh, word up.
That's it. So that's beautiful right there.
Yeah,
that's,
people don't want to just hear a loop. They want to know what did you produce this
exactly.
Instead of beat make it.
What you like? Did you refine it a little bit? Like, did you sit, like you said, you found the strings in there, cut the piano, like, there it is.
Dissecting that joint.
Dissect it.
Yeah.
So RZA has the ear, of course.
Yeah.
Right. And then so he's heard like, okay, no, this guy took some time. Like there was something special here. And he said, right then, I want you to join. You said, what's it called? Wu Elements?
Right then, he said, I want you to join the Wu Elements. I got enough rappers, but I want you to join the Wu Elements.
So explain what Wu Elements is.
Wu Elements was the production group. It was RZA, Fourth Disciple, True Master, DJ Mathematics, and then Rings was doing some work in there, and then, you know, he added me on, you know. So, hey, I was over the moon, man, you know.
Yeah.
I left up out of there. He said, come back tomorrow. We'll get this paperwork popping, and, you know, it's history from there, bro.
Glad you waited, huh?
All day.
You know, and it's like, for me being in the space of doing interviews, and I listen to a lot of people in the space of like self-development.
Right.
I've talked to, or I've heard about people that like, you know, I got to get this book in the hands of Oprah. Like I know if Oprah just sees this book, you know, that she's going to want to, she's going to put it on her book of the month club, you know, and people that just wait outside and just wait. And then all of a sudden, boom, there's Oprah, there's a chance. And then boom, this dude blows up. You know, so that type of a story is like people don't know that that's part of the grind.
Yeah.
People think they're just going to put one song on SoundCloud or one song, whatever, and that's like going to be part of the, but then I'm good.
Right.
No, but you need to, you even had the sign off from Silver Rings and you still didn't have like the actual connection until you waited like your third, you know, fourth time and then 4 a.m. Like, give me 5 minutes.
Got to talk to the man, you know.
5 minutes.
Yeah, that was all I needed. You know,
so boom, you got your 5 minutes. You're in. Yeah. What happens after that?
After that,
because it takes a while.
Yeah, I was kind of on the young artist thing to where I'm like, oh shit, I'm in here, I'm Wu, I did my first album, and I'm like, yo, it's doing great. The Wu Tang Indie Culture album was doing great.
It's a great album.
I'm like, yo, shows and all this shit is gonna come to me now.
It don't.
Nah, you gotta go get it, man.
You gotta get it.
And that's probably my biggest mistake as an artist. When I was young, just assuming that those opportunities would just come to my door instead of going and getting them, making those calls, knocking on those doors still, even though I'm signed or whatever already. You still got to go get it. So
and you know, even looking at Wu Tang themselves,
yeah.
After like obviously Method Man was the first one to come out, and RZA had that behind the scenes. Like, no, we know like this guy, the golden child of whatever, like he's gonna appeal to the masses. But then you get down to like, you know, you God or whatever, Inspector Deck, they got to grind too, like get their own thing, you know.
Got to walk them dogs.
Got to do that. And then Ghostface, like to me, like that dude just grinds after grinds after grinds to make his name and do what he has to do.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
And people think like, oh, just a sign off from RZA or sign off from this, I'm good. No,
Nah, B.
You're not
It's
good.
Like, yo, it really was like, all right, you got the W behind you. Now go do your thing.
Now, what are you going to make with that?
Right. Go do your thing. Let
What
me
are
see
you
what you
gonna
do
do?
with it. And,
Yeah.
You know? So it took me a bit to catch on to that. Like I knew I had to go do my own stuff anyways too. But I figured it'd be more, yo, come rock the Bell show, or come do this and that. But nah, you still got to earn that, man. 'Cause it's all about your own name, you know.
Because, you know, I used to be an A&R for a record label, and you know, people would want to get signed, and like I was just telling him about some kid, like some dad is like, oh, I want you to work with this kid, and he wants to be a rapper, blah blah blah. So I said, hey, write me a letter. Why should I sign you?
Right.
And this kid was like, because I want to buy my mom a house, because I want this. And I'm like, oh man, like that's not the way it works.
Boy.
Like we were looking for people that were already selling music out of the trunk of their car. If they could, you know, do whatever they had to do to hustle,
Make
to
that
make it
income.
happen.
Yeah.
And then I want you on my record label because you're already bringing in money, because I'm looking at getting that capital and I'm looking at that bottom line. So what are you going to do to help that bottom line, you know, get a little bit thicker, right?
That's what it's about.
So how'd you do that? Because you ended up getting signed to
Babygrande.
Babygrande. That was the first solo, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, indeed.
So
the
how'd
Great
that-
Migration. So before we did the Great Migration, I linked up with Dreddy Kruger, who was in the camp already. He was part of Sons of Man and that circle.
He's the indie culture guy, right?
Yeah,
The
Royal
Think
Fam,
Differently.
I mean, yep. And so, you know, he called me in like, yo, I want you to come produce this joint or whatever. So I went to New York. We did that album, and it did amazing, man. It was like Source Independent Album of the Year in 2005.
And that was like, that's a sign off right there.
Yeah, that was big.
Yeah.
That was big.
And I love that album, man. That was a great album.
Thank you,
I had no idea, to be honest, that you produced a lot of that album. Or, you know, I had no idea.
Yeah, I did like 15 of the 19 joints on there.
Damn.
So yeah, we that shit it did very well independently, and so well. The Babygrande was like, yo, let's get this guy a solo album.
Okay.
And so it was like, boom. You don't need no rappers, RZA, but Babygrande do. So we here.
Yeah, there you go.
So I was covered with the production, with the clan or whatever, and then I'm covered with the record deal with Babygrande. You know, one of the best independent rap labels of the time.
Yeah. Who
you know?
who else did they have at that time?
I mean, they had they had tons of people. They had Jedi Mind Tricks.
Yeah, that's the first one that came to my mind.
That was that. You know their history.
Yeah.
Untouchable, man.
Yeah.
So, I think we was down there. Wiz Khalifa they had for a while.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, they had a lot of underground cats, and then they sparked a few people's joints because Babygrande is also hip hop distribution too. So
Okay.
They had a lot of people under their wing, man, and it was a good ride on there, man, for the most part.
So then even at that point though, right? It's like you can't even rest on that, can you?
Nah, man, because I mean, the Great Migration came out, and it also did great independent wise.
Got a lot of good.
Got a lot of good.
Yeah.
And got a lot of support from like some of the clan brothers and all that. So I think that's where I started to build that respect. And they're like, oh, this is not just another cat wanting to be affiliated and he's just throwing garbage out, or he's not really into this guy is really into the music. He's really into his producing and into his craft and how he wants to give you that quality instead. Yeah. So that album got me a lot of respect from the generals, you know. So.
Okay. So then you started to do songs with them, or
yeah,
more?
so
like,
then it was kind of more so like open arms. Like Jizza was ready to fuck with us. He came and jumped on the Wiseman album right after that.
And Wiseman, that was your group.
Yeah,
that was
Wiseman is my my group, Detroit based group. You know, did a couple banging albums, man, back in the early mid 2000s or whatever. So yeah, that was got them signed on Babygrande too. Assembled my crew. We did our first album, Wiseman Approaching, was on Babygrande Records, and it did pretty well independently also. So it's just starting to build that respect track record. You know, people know like, yo, when this guy, or even if it's whoever, Snoop Dogg, people say, oh, when Snoop releases an album, we know it's gonna be good because that's Snoop or whatever. That's the kind of respect I wanted to build with my name. You know.
And so you had to hustle and do it yourself and make it happen and have people recognize you. And then, you know, I was looking at your, like the little press kit you sent me, and like you've worked with like every artist that I grew up loving, you know what I mean? Like you've done it, you know, Planet Asia, Chino XL, you know, Razkaz, like, I mean, the list goes on and on of people you've worked with.
Yeah, a lot of greats, man.
You know, those are like, those are the people like I looked up to back in the day watching the Wake Up Show. Listening to the Wake Up Show, you know what I mean? Hearing these guys come in and just spit. And I'm looking at it like, damn, this guy worked with all these dudes. So like, so when you're saying, when it says you worked with them, is it like some you made beats with or for, and then some like you got on features and stuff like that? Okay.
Just same as that. Usually beat work, some feature work, did some shows with a lot of cats too. So Yep, it's all in that mix, man.
That's cool. I recently listened to your song with Royce. And I got to say, you got like a dope line on there. Like you never met Eminem, but you got 9 Eminem or something like that. I was like, oh man,
I never met Shady Slim, but I got 9 M&Ms. You know.
Oh dude, I was like, that's it right there. Like I love that, man. So I got to give you props for that. Like,
thank you, bro.
I was like, damn, that's heat, man. Did Roy say anything about it?
No.
He was just like, oh, whatever, another dude.
Just grinding out music, yeah.
Okay.
But, you know, Roy's cool, man.
That's cool.
We've met a few times, man. He's a good brother, man.
But yeah, I don't
know him too well, but good brother.
Good opportunity, right?
Definitely.
Rock with him. But yeah, that line stole the whole song. I was like, oh, it's over with.
Thank you, man.
It's over with. He said that. I'm like, I can't believe nobody else thought about that until now. Like, that's like so perfect.
Yeah, it was. I'm proud of that one, man.
Yeah, okay. That's cool. That's cool, man.
Yep.
So what are you doing now? Like what's going on with you now?
I'm basically doing the same thing I was doing back then, man. I'm producing records for a lot of dudes I respect, you know what I'm saying, and making some quality music.
Can you say any names or?
Yeah, I'm working on some stuff with Benny the Butcher. We're supposed to be doing something together if we can get it together or whatever. And then
so explain "Get It Together" for people that don't
just
know.
The business behind the scenes, man. That's all.
Yeah.
Because like, you know, dudes can meet up and be like, "Yo, I like your
work.
Let's build. I like your work." And then the business can get in the way. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, like I say, nothing is guaranteed. I might say, "Yo, we got this dropping, whatever," but as long as the business goes how it's supposed to go, you know what I mean? So, you know, we working with that. I think I'm gonna be doing something on the Cali Agents album, Roscoe and Planet Asia.
Oh, I didn't even know they're doing a new album.
Yeah, they whipping something up. I got Living Daylights 2 coming out with my bro Willie the Kid.
Okay.
The Living Daylights, the first album, we made a good splash, man. So, and then I got 2 solos I'm working on as well. One with my homie Leaf Dog he's from the UK. Got a
How'd you linked up with him?
Following. We went to London a few times, and I think we just ended up bumping into each other online after hearing each other's music. And he came and met us in London at one of my shows. It was like 2018. And so we linked from there. He was sending me beats. And one day I was like, yo, this stuff is crazy. Let's combine our followings. And make a banger. So I got an EP with him. It's crazy, man.
So it's already recorded.
Yeah, that's done. Yeah, it's done. I'm just shopping it on labels right now.
Okay, so when we get done with this podcast, you're going to show it to me, right?
Oh yeah, I got something in the bag for you.
All right, man.
Sure,
I like
bro.
that.
I got
okay.
You, man. So I got that, and then I got another solo which is just produced by me. It's called "If You Worry, You Should Be." So,
man, you got him. I like that.
Yeah, that's my
I like
return.
that.
You know, that's my return solo. So.
Okay. Any label behind it right now?
We got a couple that's sniffing around at it.
Shopping.
So,
Okay.
Yeah. We're gonna go with the best situation and get the music out here best we can. I'm all about promo now, like all the
you learned a little bit.
Yeah, advances is cool, but I'd rather put that money into promo to get the project properly heard, and then you're gonna be good on the back end. You know.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But you know the industry has changed a lot.
Oh yeah.
You know the record label I was telling you about, Humble Beast. What we ended up having to do was like. So I come from like a spiritual background, you know.
Okay.
It was a Christian hip hop label.
Okay.
And so what we did was we streamed all the music for free. Like you can get the music for free, but we charged for like appearances and shows and merch, and made it like a 501c3. Because we had like we would just sit it down like how are we going to get around all of this? Like this was when the first like the iPod and like everybody like Napster and like it's just killing the music industry. So how are we going to get around this? And so I've since left the label. A lot of my views have changed, and but they're still killing it. They're still doing it. They're still doing a great job. They're over in Oregon, and
that's good.
One of the dudes from the label Theory Has It just did Redman's new beat. Just
all right.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah. So shout out to Theory Has It for doing that. And but anyway, but how has that affected you? How have you dealt with that?
It's tough, man. It really is, because I came from the model of doing the album, getting the sales, and either making moves off the sales or eating off the sales.
Exactly.
Or, you know, whatever you do. But now
it was like a simpler transaction.
Right. Like people aren't buying music now.
No.
They're streaming it. And
Spotify.
What are they giving us? 0.0001 cent. Like you give me a fraction of a cent, like what y'all using my songs. So it's tough, man. I think the angle now is to get as much material out as you can, but not oversaturate and not sacrifice your quality.
Exactly.
For that. So
that's a fine line.
It is. It's tough. A lot of people can't do that, man.
No.
A lot of people can't. And
that's something you got to sit with and kind of meditate on and think about.
Yep.
You know, and like how do you do it?
Yeah.
It definitely it's a plan. It's a planning phase, because you know like I think Spotify just recently released a bunch of like your year in review, and so that was like the big thing, like how many streams you got. So everybody was hyping on that, how many fans, how many streams, stuff like that, and that's like the judge. And I was like, what is this? Like this is a different world we live in.
It's crazy, because like that's just Spotify too. Like you're not even counting Pandora,
right?
All the other platforms and shit. So it's like, it's hard. And then the other side is all of these places, all of them, they'll tell you Tidal pays the most, but it's still all like a fraction of a penny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
And do you know what Tidal pays?
No, I can't say offhand. I saw some charts or whatever. They pay like 0.0012 or something like that.
Jay-Z was like, I'll give him a little bit more.
Yeah, it was like, okay.
Yeah, I know the pain.
I guess that's more, you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
But
yeah, definitely a different industry. So you got to figure out like what's your plan? Like you want to get that one hit that people stream, like, or what's
I mean, personally, it's not about hits to me. Of course, any artist who puts a song out wants that shit to be a big hit. You know, that's what we do the music for. We want our passion to
somebody else to enjoy it
off and on other people's feelings and emotions,
resonate with them.
Right, but I think the focus isn't about, to me, making hits at this point. It's really about connecting the music to the people. And this is something you like, of artists of my stature who doesn't have the greatest promo or the most backing from like a major or whatever. Artists like me, I got to be strategic, like I said, with the releases, even with my persona, like social media and all that. Like you got to have all these bases covered to attract the people.
And you're the one covering the bases.
I am, man.
And it's you.
I am.
That has to figure all that out.
Hey, that's it.
You know, and that's a lot of work.
It is. It's a lot to cover, man.
It's a lot to cover on your own. But then that, at the end of the day, is what attracts the record label to like, okay, this guy's covering his bases. I don't got to
Right.
put a lot of work in this dude. You know, it's not
Right.
going to take a lot to develop him. So then you get the deal, and then you know. So I definitely wish you the best of luck with the shopping this.
appreciate
I
that,
hope you
bro.
definitely get
That's love,
the
man.
best deal, man.
Word up. We're
You
gonna
know,
do it. We're gonna do it.
You're gonna do it
You're gonna
like
do
that,
it, man.
confident, that same
Yeah.
confidence. So like back to like the spiritual thing. I believe in something called the law of attraction. You familiar?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
So like
sir.
to me, I'm thinking like, did this dude like have like a vision board that one like back in '94 or like? So to me, like back in the day, what I had was like cut out Source magazine stuff all over my room, you know, and like that was my. Now I'm looking at like, oh, that was my vision board. That's why I was able to do
Right,
all these things,
right.
you know. I know Razkaz, Chino XL. Like I got these dudes' phone numbers in my, you know. But like I used to have a poster of them back when I was,
Yeah.
you know, 15 years
Same.
old, 14.
Same. I used to have a verse of the month.
Yeah.
I had like I think like 20 of them.
There
I used
you
to take
go.
them every month. Put that bitch on unless it was a verse. I was like, how this get verse of the month, man?
And there was a few of those.
Yeah,
there was a few of those.
But most of the time, I'm like, yo, this is crazy. I'd have it on my wall, pictures of the Big Pun, and you know, the people you look up to or whatever. And like, yo, I feel you on that.
So
That's kind of our vision board.
and that
right
was your
there.
vision
Yeah,
board.
Yeah,
and see, that's what I'm saying. So I'm thinking like, oh man, like I'm learning these things way later, but like that was my vision board. That kind of opened me up to this whole. This gateway of knowing these people and like when I met them at shows and stuff, I had no like qualms of like going up to them and talking to them, and they were like, "Oh, cool! Like, what are you doing? Like, want to go to this thing afterwards?" And I was like, "Oh, cool! You know, let's do it. Let's go."
There you go.
You know, and then putting on shows here because like we've had Raz here. You know, we've had a lot of people. I'm like, "Hey, you want to come through Yuma? These kids are starving for something. There's nothing here." And then I bet you like you're going to sell your merch, and then sure enough, they sell a lot of merch because it was like a desert, literally a desert here in Yuma for
that's
music.
ill.
So I would just bring these people, you know, Planet Asia, on and on, just come through and just sell a bunch of merch. The first one was, I don't know if you're familiar with Tumex. You know Tumex?
Tumex, I've heard of that. Definitely sounds familiar.
LA Underground.
Okay, yeah,
But he was like one of the first that came through LA Underground, and he just like sold out all his merch.
Wow.
You know, just like made a grip of money. And so
What?
like he was actually on the phone afterwards calling people like, you got to come to Yuma. Like these kids, it's fire. And so for like a good 3-year run, I had a venue called Open Aired, and I just bring people through. And we got mentioned in some like UK magazines and stuff like that.
Okay,
Like if you're on tour, come through Yuma and stuff. And you're kind of like this is part of it. This is like phase 2 with Rudy, what you're doing tonight. And Rudy's doing a great
part
job.
Of his new vision board.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But so like that's cool, man. You had your vision board, you met RZA, you got your opportunity, but it doesn't stop there. You got to continue to grind.
Nah, it don't stop because now it's like, yo, got the RZA, got the W, did the Indie Culture album, that was successful, did my solo, did my group. Now what? And so everybody was ready for the second round of shit. And so the first joint I did next was Thought for Food Volume 2.
Okay.
And I had because Volume 1 was like a addition to when you got the Great Migration, they gave you Thought for Food Volume 1, which is like a mixtape. So
Gotcha.
Part 2 was like a real deal thing. Like they signed it, they wanted it. And so this was coming out on Babygrande. And then it was like they paid me the first half, and I turned the album in, and they wouldn't pay me the second half. And I was like, what's wrong with
Like,
y'all?
what's going on here?
What are y'all doing? So then they quit talking to me. Shit,
Just that.
Weird shit like that, yeah. And then like, so me and my lawyer was like, well, then they breached the contract or whatever. So, you know, they're not answering you, whatever. So we went out west and we had signed to this label that was just starting called Sound Records.
Okay.
So we signed that shit up. I got another advance or whatever. So I was like, okay. I mean, half advance from them before and then a whole new one. I could do this.
You can make it work.
I can make that work. And so once we got that, we did the album, finished it. They packaged it. They put the CD out. Then comes back Babygrande.
Of course.
They're like, yo,
what are you doing?
what's going on? That was our album. I'm like, yo, yeah, my lawyer, like, yo, you never got back to us. You breached the contract, blah, blah, blah. And so then they like, well, we, they had like some note in the contract that was like a cure period. So it was like, yo, after it was some weird clause to where it was like they'd have 30 days to fix it after we've declared they've had a breach of contract.
Gotcha.
So it was like, all this lawyer mumbo jumbo.
The legalese.
Yeah. So it was like, damn. So they wanted it back. So we had to literally, before they tried to sue us, we had to stop the Sound Records thing.
Damn.
And basically give the album back to them, which was...
You had to get that money back?
Nah.
Oh, okay. Well,
they was like, it's okay. We'll just, we'll put that on the next album.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, cool. You know, these really good people on this Sound Records label.
Okay,
too,
okay.
so.
That's good, man. That's good.
Yeah, but Babygrande made it all difficult, and it was not a good...
Because once that happens, that ruins the relationship.
Yeah, and the release. Like,
yeah,
I don't think y'all going to work this as hard as now, because now we're arguing. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So, you know they're not going to put that love into it.
Right. And, you know, that happened. Like, they did a bunch of funny stuff, like with the credits. They just put all produced by Bronze. And I was like, bruh, these are not, I gave you the credit. So we got into it about that. And, you know, it was a bit of an ugly ending with them. Like,
and I kind of, when I did some research on you, I was wondering, should I bring up the Babygrande? Because I kind of saw there was like a bad ending. You know?
No problem, bro.
Okay.
I'm open, man. So
okay.
Yeah, it ended ugly. Dude was like, they was making videos saying we wasn't profitable and stuff like that.
Of
and
course,
like, bro, look at the numbers. Quit fronting.
Like you wanted that album back, you know?
Yeah. You came for it. So you know, it was kind of like a little public back and forth on the videos. I wasn't in any of the videos, or some of my managers and people I was working with were like going off on Babygrande and stuff. But you know, I kind of stayed out of it, just as far as, yo, just get me off this label or whatever. Let's move on. So I think I did a couple joints here and there, and then maybe a year and a half later, Babygrande comes back to me like, yeah, we want to make it okay. We want to make this right. Smooth it over, get our relationship back. And so I signed on with iHip-Hop, which is the division of Babygrande, to do the second Wiseman album. And we did School for the Blind Men on there. So
gotcha.
Much better process.
So they did correct the relationship.
Yeah.
So we
smoothed it over.
Okay.
I went up there and met with him at the office. You know, we talked it out.
See, I didn't know that part.
Yeah. So because a lot of people don't know that Babygrande is basically iHip-Hop.
Yes, I had no idea.
It's the same setup, same people, and so yeah, we smoothed it over. Okay. We got to the work, and then we put out the School for the Blind Man album, which was it was really good, man.
Okay,
really
cool,
really good. So that process was great, and then they kind of botched the second Wiseman album. It kind of wasn't their fault. Amazon somehow released it 2 weeks early, and
what?
Yeah, it was just online. It was like
it was just there.
Yeah, well, I mean, us
like damage is done.
Right, us and the record label was like, what the fuck, man? But it was like, yo,
how are you gonna fight Amazon?
Right, and it meant, they took it down or whatever, but it's been out for 2 weeks now before the premiere.
It's too late, man.
So dudes have already downloaded it. Like just a few people that were up on it have downloaded it, and now it's everywhere. Yeah, it's not gonna sell. You know what I mean?
No.
So that kind of, it didn't sour our relationship, but that's kind of where we just broke it off or whatever. And then
kind of just let it be.
Yeah, let it be. Let's move on and see what other situations look like.
Gotcha. And so that's where you're at now. Is looking for like other situations.
Yeah, so what I did actually is in 2006 I got the LCC for Black Day in July Productions, which is my label. Okay. And my setup. So I just got the distribution going on that, and started releasing our own stuff. You know what I mean? So just from that point on, it was our control, our grind.
Do you like that?
I do. I mean, it has its drawbacks.
That's some work, though. That's a little bit more work, because you're already a workaholic.
Crazy work.
You're making the beats, you're rhyming, and then now you got the LLC you got to worry about, and distribution.
Right. And I think the part that really suffered when I put it out myself is the promo side, because I no longer had the company ready to pay a PR guy
to be able to get
$2,000 a month or $4,000 in 3 months to go to push that shit to all the connects.
Exactly.
Me personally, I could hit up like whatever blogs or entertainment circles, DJs. I could hit them up. I'm not gonna get the response that a label like his that's pouring money into it is. You know what I mean? So
it's just the nature of the beast. You're not going to get it.
It is. The promo will eat you up if you're not, if you don't have enough. You know, it's like dropping an album in a black hole.
So that's one of the things you learned with getting your own distribution deal.
Yeah, definitely. It's like it's on you.
Yeah,
flat out. You are the label, so it's on you.
How have you been able to come around that?
Oh shoot!
Are you still working on that, or?
Yeah, I've gotten into situations where I've gotten our own PR guy. Like we went around the label, hired this guy or that guy, and you know it's been semi-successful. It hasn't been successful as a label pouring money into your promo. Like here you go, do this. We got to connect over here, do that. It's just like straight up raw promo. Like you're gonna get a PR dude. He's going to get you some interviews, get you in the blogs, and he's going to push it as far as he can.
Yeah, do what he can, pull on his connections.
Right, but we all know it's not as strong as a label.
Because and the label actually has like a little bit of prestige with it too, right?
Yeah.
Because like you said, when you said Babygrande, you know, like you Jedi mind tricks like that, like that automatically comes to mind. So it's like it has okay, I got you. Well then, let's look at that. Let's get them on this blog or this magazine or whatever, like this interview. And so now you're grinding on your own, figuring things out,
working off my name. That's basically it. You work off your name. You go where it takes you, and you try to push everything as hard as you can as like an indie. You know what I mean?
So like, how'd you get hooked up with this little West Coast thing? Like off your name, like somebody hit you up? Like I want to bring you to.
I got introduced to my boy Gage, and he's a booking agent.
And that's who Rudy, I guess, was talking to, was Gage.
That's right. Okay. Yep. So Gage, you know, he sets him up, man. He sets him up for me. He gets his cut, and you know, it's booking agent artist. You know,
okay.
A lot of it's not easy to get a booking agent. You know what I mean? So some of it is off my name, but it's also off of his work and his connect. So.
Gotcha.
Definitely get a booking agent.
Get a booking agent. So that you would tell that to somebody coming up and grinding.
Absolutely.
Get a booking agent. So have you tried to do your own booking for a little bit?
Yeah, we did. My brother Kevlar used to do it for us.
Okay.
He'd make the calls, you know, go around, shoot around, call this guy, talk to that guy. He was like a real connector. And so he passed away in 2014.
Oh, sorry to hear that, man.
So it was like kind of a void there. And I was doing something myself or whatever. If they came my way, I set it up. But I hate setting up shows. I hate it.
You know, so I was on the flip side. So I had the venue. So I was dealing with all the booking agents, and I hated it. So you know, but it was the nature of the beast.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You know, and I knew like they needed to get their cut. So like. But I'm like, let me just talk to this dude, like, you know what I mean? Like, I want to sidestep you, like, to be honest, like, because like they're gonna want to come, and sometimes I was able to do that, but like I still felt bad because I knew this dude wanted to get his cut, but it's like Yuma was so small, it wasn't able to have that extra 40% or whatever it was on top of what I knew this guy would come down for. So it's a hassle, man.
It's
I know
tough,
that's a tough business.
It's a lot of personalities to deal with, and wants and needs. And you know, it's so you know, luckily Gage came into the picture. We met online and through my homie Max, who was doing a little management for me. And you know, he's been great, man. Gage has been putting us on. You know, we've been at like the last 4 or 5 A3Cs, South by Southwest.
Okay.
Yeah, so he you know, he's a vet at it. So
Gotcha.
He knows where to go. And the good thing is he has a passion for the type of music I do. So it's not like just a guy out here, I'll call around to get you some shows. He's like, yo, this guy's dope. You guys should fuck with. He's a real good advocate as well. So, you know, it works great. That's
what you need, you know, because that passion comes out over the phone. That passion comes out. So if they're like, if this dude is passionate about this other dude, so we got to see what this dude has.
Yeah.
So South by Southwest, how's that going?
South by is okay to me, man. It's kind of a little too chaotic and spread out for me. I kind of prefer A3C, man. It's kind of focused. Our crowds have been crazy.
So you've got the good crowd response.
Yeah. Crowd in the palm of our hands at this point. So
that's where it's at, man.
It's a great feeling. Yeah.
That you know, you get the crowd and into it, and so now you said you did LA before Phoenix,
right?
How'd that go?
Man, LA was amazing, man. If you listen to my music, you know I like to smoke a bit. So we did it was like a marijuana expo.
Okay.
So they had all these vendors. You know, it's all recreational there. So
I think I've seen some of the videos from their expos.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, pretty crazy.
It was amazing, man.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Every product you could think of, like, yo, here you go.
Did you find a new one?
Here you go. What's that?
Did you find a new one you liked?
Yeah. This guy had these. We call them tarantulas at home, but it's like, you know, the blunts dipped in wax with keef on it. The crystals. Yeah. Boy, oh boy.
Something else, huh?
Wow. Yeah. So I mean, that was a really good time, man. Shout out DJ Eyeball, man.
Who's that?
DJ Eyeball from California, man. He's the one that hosted the expo and all that. It was amazing, man.
That's cool. So, and then you did Phoenix. Was that a Blunt Club?
Yeah, Blunt Club, the R.I.P. Jay Dilla show.
Okay.
Beats, Rhymes, and Donuts. It was amazing, man.
Amazing,
man.
Dumper, you meet Dumper?
Dump, yeah, Uncle Dump.
Oh yeah, man, that's my boy.
Yeah, good dude, man.
Yeah,
good guy.
A lot of those dudes from Phoenix helped us out down here in Yuma, like when we were getting going.
Oh, word?
So a lot of them were like mentors, and Dump would come down and do a lot of painting and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's ill with that,
and
right?
yeah, they would do their thing. Yeah, so yeah, we're recording, brother. No, it's closed. You got to go. Yeah, peace. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, Rigo lock that. It's a podcast. We could do what we say what we got to say.
Yes, sir.
So then now you're in Yuma. I appreciate that you're here, man. That was like so perfect timing, man. So I was like, because I kind of took like a whole break on my podcast. I'm like, how am I going to come back? Come back with
boom.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
I'm glad to be here, man.
That's good, man. So what's the future look like? Where do you want to be? Because it's like, are we where yet? Like, what's your goal?
So my goal is, like, I feel like I've done an all right job building my name independently, and at this point, I think people want these beats. So like my goal is, from this point on, I want to do the albums with like Rockness Monster, do a whole album with maybe Razzcast, do a whole, I'm talking to a lot of artists.
So are you talking to them?
Yeah,
specifically?
I'm speaking to dudes for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, we working on it, man, and we're gonna find the most viable joints, and I want to keep just banging out production albums, and then I'm gonna do my own joints still too. So
beats though,
because
that's some it's an easier income, right?
Yeah, it definitely is, and it's good too, because it's not all on me. When I'm doing my album and producing it,
that's
like, yo, it's all on me.
The world's on your shoulders.
And it's good to sit down. For instance, me and Willie the Kid did the Living Daylights too. It's fun, it's interesting, it's different to have another person who I feel like, I'm really not trying to work with dudes that don't have this level of skill. Like, I want it to be high quality. So to work with somebody like a Willie or a Rockness or my dude Crooked Eye, to work with dudes like that, that's what I want to get done, is to do these full albums.
Gotcha.
With MCs that are, that's spine tingling.
So if you got Crooked Eye, you want to do every single beat on his album?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Like a project, a Bronze and Crooked Eye?
Yeah, that's my goal. Because like nowadays, as a producer, like, yo, 1 or 2 tracks on somebody's album
it doesn't do it.
It's nothing, bro.
Yeah, okay.
It's nothing. It's like putting your beats in a black hole. Like, of course, people gonna catch the single, the song, or whatever, and enjoy it, but a whole album just does so much more and speaks to your talent so much more. So that's my aim. Full albums.
So can you say, are you talking to Crooked Eye at all? Like, is there whispers?
Yeah, we're working on some stuff.
Oh, so you're working on some stuff. Okay.
Yeah. So
gotcha.
We'll put that in the works, hopefully.
Man.
And like I say, I these are stuff I aiming at, and when it comes to fruition is when I really let it go, talk about it, because like hip hop, you probably know.
No, I know, man.
About 10-15% of the things we say we're gonna do, about 10-15% actually happens. So
I have so much music that got shelved. You know what I mean?
Same here.
Yeah. So it's like I get it. Crooked Eye is one of my favorites. So I definitely hope you get that thing going on with Crooked Eye, man.
And I think we both got a level of quality that's.
And he's feeling your beats.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. We met in Detroit a couple months ago, had a little discussion about doing the album, and we're just gonna get in work, man.
And I got to be honest, like, that's one of the things that always kind of threw me off with Crooked Eye. Like, it's like, you need better beats. Like, I got to just say it, man. I don't know if he probably won't hear this podcast, but it's like, come on, man. If Crooked Eye had some like beats, you know?
I mean, that's my thing with a lot of artists. Like, there's like, I think Crook does okay with the beats, but there's some artists that you feel like, yo, I just want to hear this cat on different beats, on some quality. And so I agree with you, though. It's a lot of cats that don't know how to pick
They don't know how to pick the beats.
Yeah, they don't know how. And I think that's where producers should be your guidance. You know what I mean? Jump into my style and come in my arena for a minute.
You know, one of the things I couldn't stand is like when the artists like come out with an album and the beats are all over the place. It's like no, an album is supposed to be like a cohesive. There you go.
Sir.
It's supposed to have this jive to it and this rhythm to it. Yeah. And then it's like you have like this like roller coaster of stuff, and I can't get into it. Maybe I listen to like 2 or 3 songs, but like, and then that'll get old, you know. But so definitely. So if I hope that you make that happen, because that's what I'd love to hear. Expect, you know, there you go. Some of my favorites, Crooked Eye, Raz, stuff like that. You make it happen for them. Like people, I think Raz has a hard time, picking that. You know, staying with that steady stream of beats, you know, and I think your soulful style would be perfect for these guys.
Yeah, me too, man. I know I could fit them in it. So
there you go.
It's a bomb waiting to happen, and it's like, yo, soon as these bigger names realize, like, yo, when I do an album, like most of the times I got the best joints on there. If it's other producers or whatever, and it's not just me saying it. I read the articles, I read reviews, and it's like, yo, they give me a lot of praise.
I could back that up, because when I was doing some digging on you and finding out things, and I saw it.
Word.
I saw it right there. It's like, oh, like he was the man behind this, and this one hit on this tape, and okay, so it's like, oh, all right, so you got the jewels out of all the rough, you know what I mean? So you're doing it, and so I definitely hope these things pop off. So good luck to you, man.
Appreciate
you know,
that, brother. Appreciate that,
go
man.
back to getting your vision board. You know, put a little thing on there. Just do it again. You know, and just have it up there. And like, okay, I think these things will definitely, manifest for you.
Indeed.
And come to fruition. And so that's some of your goals right now.
Yeah, and if y'all didn't catch it, I did a Ghost album as well. It's called Ghost Files, the Bronze tape.
Okay.
So that's a whole album of Ghosts on my beats. It's some remixes from the original album.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, he did an album with a producer named Big Ghost. And so they did an album. It was called The Lost Tapes. And then the label and Ghost officially had me remix the joint. So it's like, you know how they did like, the remix tapes and stuff. So I did the remix tapes called the Bronze tape.
I'm going to have to check that out.
Yeah, definitely check it out.
Okay.
So it's a lot of talk about it, man. You know what I mean? So
a lot of people don't know about it? Is that
they do. It's just getting a lot of praise.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
So definitely
How old is this?
It just came out, December 28th?
So it just came out?
Yeah, it's pretty fresh.
Oh, okay. So that's probably why I haven't heard about it yet.
Yeah, Ghost Files, the Bronze tape, y'all.
Okay, Ghost Files, the Bronze tape. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So that was like your first in producing everything for one person, even though it was a remix, but...
No, my first for the Wu Generals for a whole album, but I've got like the Wiseman. We've all done like solos. I produced pretty much all of them.
Yeah, well, I'm saying like outside of that, like the
the
like,
Ghost shit. Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
that's cool. And so you got it in you to make
all day.
All day. What do you make your beats on?
I use a Machine. I use a joint called Cool Edit computer.
Cool Edit, man. That's old school, cool man.
Edit. Good for chopping, man.
Yeah.
It's lovely. And then, I play around on MPC here and there. ASR 10.
Damn,
yeah,
that's what we used to use. ASR 10.
Good muddy sound.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I got a few relics in the basement like that.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
So whatever the beat calls for.
Yeah, I jump around. Sometimes I get lazy. I'll throw a sample in just in Pro Tools.
Chop it up.
Cut some pieces out and put some drums under. You know what I mean? So, all how I'm feeling.
Do you still use vinyl at all?
Yeah, definitely. I just actually bought.
Oh, come on, man.
You're
telling me too many good things, man. This is too good to be true.
It was a FYE. Y'all know the store FYE. It was one closing a few blocks away from my neighborhood. And I went in there one day looking at the records. And I saw the sign. I said, yo, they're selling the furniture, the record racks and shit. So now I got a big ass record rack in my basement.
Do you? Oh man, there you go.
I got a big ass record rack in my basement.
They're lost in your game.
All my records in that still. I need another one, but
okay.
Yeah, so I'm heavy on the vinyl, man.
Do you go digging still?
Yeah, that's what I was doing at FYE.
Okay. Like a lot of times when people would come through Yuma, they would hit me up like, where can I go digging?
Word.
Yeah, because there's a lot of like little antique shops and stuff like that that
some
have
treasures.
Yeah. So that's cool. You're still digging. So I'm getting the wrap it up sign.
Okay.
So
okay.
I appreciate you coming on. Hey, shout out Rudy over here.
What up, Rudy? Johnny.
Yeah, and then Rigo.
Rigo.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all, brothers, man.
Hey, thank you very much for taking this opportunity,
no problem,
man.
Appreciate y'all waiting for me, man.
Yeah, no worries,
Smooth
man.
as
We were
silk,
having
man.
great conversations, so it was good for us to
stuff.
catch up. And
All right.
I'll shoot you all the links when this comes out.
Word up. We can push it.
Yeah, we could push it. And then I wish you the best of luck. And
Thank you, brother.
I definitely I got to dig deeper into your stuff, and
Okay.
because I always knew about the indie culture,
Yeah.
Then so after I got to, and like great beats, man. I'm a fan.
Thank you, brother.
So
Appreciate
definitely.
that, man. Appreciate that very much.
Best of luck to you, and thank you much, and have a great time out there performing, brother.
No doubt. Thank y'all, man. Y'all be safe, man.
All right, thanks.
Peace.
Peace.